Now another CBS program, 60 Minutes, lays into, you were talking about it earlier, the National Defense Authorization Act, Section 1021. Please do not look for 1031 as the mainstream media is trying to distract you and trying to steer you away from where the real language is. So we have the guy interviewing Panetta, Leon Panetta, the current director of, he's a defense secretary, who used to be CIA. A little swap there. And he specifically says, hey, wait a minute. You can now go and drone American citizens. Now, this answer from Panetta is so meme-driven. Every meme we ever talk about on this show is in his answers.
Well, without getting into the specifics of the operation, if someone is a citizen,
there's the first one,
a citizen
of the United States, and is a terrorist who wants to attack our people and kill Americans, in my book, that person is a terrorist.
Now, did you hear what he just said? If you're a terrorist, then in my book, you're a terrorist.
Yeah, he said if you're a terrorist, you're a terrorist.
Yeah, that's exactly, it's not like with the definition of a terrorist. He just says, if you're a terrorist and you want to kill American people, if you want to kill American people, then in my book, you're a terrorist. So a terrorist is a terrorist.
And the reality is...
And by the way, has he published his book? What book is that? This guy is very, very dangerous.
That under our laws, that person is a terrorist.
So, under our laws, that person is a terrorist if they're a terrorist. It makes no sense.
And we're required under a process of law.
Okay, I got to stop again. What is process of law, John? What the hell is that? What is the process of law?
Well, it implies due process, but he never says that. And there is no due process if you're just going to define some average person as a terrorist.
Because in his book, you're a terrorist.
Because you're a terrorist if you're a terrorist.
In my book.
In my book. And
now out in hardcover. So
anybody can be a terrorist, essentially. I mean, for pretty much, complaining to the government about the food stamp program,
whatever.
Bitching too much, sending too many letters, and you could be defined as a terrorist.
Person is a terrorist. And we're required under a process of law to be able to justify that despite the fact that this person may be a citizen, he is first and foremost a terrorist.
My God!
No, you're first and foremost a citizen.
Thank you.
You're not first and foremost a terrorist.
This is so outrageous. You're first and foremost a terrorist. No, you're always a citizen first before anything else. This guy is an a-hole.
Be able to justify that despite the fact that this person may be a citizen, he is first and foremost a terrorist who threatens our people. And for that reason, we can establish a legal basis on which we ought to go after that individual, just as we go after bin Laden, just as we go after other terrorists. Why?
What?
What he just said was that we can go kill him.
Yes, that's exactly what he's saying.
Because he just said just the same way we did with bin Laden.
Yeah.
We can do the same thing with someone that we define as a terrorist for whatever reason, since there's no real, what is it?
Well, it's in
not
his
a
book.
person who's actually done anything.
No, it's in his book. He looks it up. He goes, hey, Dvorak.
He's a terrist.
Let me
think
see.
He's a terrorist.
Yeah, I looked at the book.
He's a terrorist. This is pretty good.
I looked at the book, and
I think we should probably stop doing the show.
Just as we go after bin Laden, just as we go after other terrorists. Why? Because.
Why? Because.
Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it beautiful what he's doing there? Why? Because. Why? Because. Hey, shut up, in my book.
Go after bin Laden just as we go after other terrorists. Why? Because their goal is to kill our people. And for that reason, we have to defend ourselves.
But this is so just mind-boggling. And it's on CBS.
They're not entitled to due process of law under the Constitution of the United States. They lose their citizenship.
Now, listen to him. This is about the Expatriation Act that they're trying to push through. They will lose. Now, you're going to find out how you lose your citizenship, but he lies his way all the way through this.
This administration decides they're a terrorist.
People, This person wanted to
why? Because
suddenly raise questions about.
Now he says this person. I didn't quite understand that.
Back it up.
Yeah, he says this person, but there's no. I'm going to go back to the question. There's no reference to anybody.
Well, he's referring to, I think, a terrorist in general.
Okay,
a citizen terrorist.
People,
a citizen terrorist. There you go. I'm a citizen terrorist. Hey.
This person wanted to suddenly raise questions about whether or not they're terrorists, and they were to return to the United States.
Yeah, I'd like to raise a question. Point of order. Am I a terrorist? I'd like to know, am I a terrorist?
Of course they would be entitled to due process.
Due process. But due process in a military court. He evades the truth.
That's something we provide every U.S. citizen. And for that matter, frankly, any terrorist who's arrested, we provide due process to that individual as well.
Oh, what? That's a blatant lie. We don't provide any due process. Yeah, you provide military process. It's like, here's how the process goes. Let me look in my book. You're a terrorist. Off you go to Gitmo, boy.
But if a terrorist is out there on the battlefield, and a terrorist is threatening this country.
Here it comes.
Wait. Did he say on the battlefield? Did he use an and or an or when he's go back and hear that? I want to hear that again.
On the battlefield, I think.
Because I'm thinking, they're trying to define the USA as a battlefield.
Well, of course it is. It's already been defined. That is indeed the goal. He says the battlefield
is threatening this country. That person is an enemy combatant.
Oh, hold on. Let me just back it up. I didn't go back far enough.
Of course they would be entitled to due process. That's something we provide every U.S. citizen. And for that matter, frankly, any terrorist who's arrested, we provide due process to that individual as well. But if a terrorist is out there on the battlefield, and a terrorist is threatening this country.
So first you've got to be a terrorist threatening this country. Then you get named.
That person is an enemy combatant.
Bada bing. That's the language. An enemy combatant. And this
so the people in the Occupy movement
are enemy combatants. They're on the battlefield. So. Yeah. They're on the battlefield. Drone targets.
And when an enemy combatant holds a gun at your head, you fire back.
This is what I find to be outrageous. So it's one thing if an enemy is holding a gun to your head. It's another thing if a guy is out in the desert somewhere going like, I hate America. I think there's a big difference between those two. Don't you think so?
Oh, yeah.
Who makes that decision?
Who makes that decision, John? Who makes a decision to fire back, i.e. make a drone strike? Who is the sole individual who can make that decision?
I think the president can because he's already done it.
It is the president and no one else.
Decision as to whether or not ultimately to do that?
Yes.
The President of the United States obviously reviews these cases and reviews the legal justification. And in the end says go or no go.
So it's the requirement of the administration under the current legal understanding is that the president has to make that declaration.
That's correct.
Not you.
That's correct.
Only the president can decide.
Well, it's a recommendation we make. It's a recommendation the CIA director makes in my prior role. But in the end, when it comes to...
Why does he laugh about that? Why does he laugh? In my prior role...
He's in the same job. He hasn't changed jobs.
He's laughing because
That's why he's laughing. He's laughing in my prior role. Yeah, like I'm still not working there.
No, I think he's laughing because he's like, I sent so many people down the list to drone him. I can't even keep track anymore.
Oh, that's a possibility.
It's so... just kill people.
Recommendation we make. It's a recommendation the CIA director makes in my prior role. But in the end, when it comes to, going after someone like that, the President of the United States has to sign off. And he should.
And he should. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, this gentleman is a maniac. An insane...
These guys are all maniacs.
Insane
The country is
maniac.
run by maniacs, and the idiot public keeps voting him back in.
And do you want Mitt Romney to decide whether you get killed? Is that not...
Romney was already confronted on one of the debates with what he thought of the NDAA and that particular provision. He said it was fine.
He can't wait to get his finger on the button. They got a whole joystick there. They got videos on the drones as they're shooting. It's like it's like they're playing Xbox, these people. Yeah. I was at the CIA. We had this cool Xbox game. It's called Drone Your Ass. It's insane. Absolutely insane. And quite disturbing.
Very.
And this is
very disturbing.
Thank you, CBS, though. I mean, I don't know. I don't think
something's up. Somebody got irked. It must have been Redstone or somebody. Something happened. We missed it. Whatever it was. I'm sure if we dig a little bit, it could be the hearings on. CBS is very involved in the hearings from the FAA on censorship, and there's some backstory to this because they essentially CBS turned on the administration with this particular piece.
Yeah.
This is a hit piece designed to expose the administration for a number of things. And this part here has just got to frighten the public.
It's frightening me.